Well, Ricky, a new year has arrived, and I think you've come to a decision. So, would you like to tell the viewers of Hatton TV what that decision is about your future?
I have, yeah. I've decided to make a comeback and have another fight this year. Probably around about the summertime. There's been no opponent that has been confirmed yet. There's been no date confirmed yet. But the point is, I have made my mind up that I am going to have one more fight. I've had a good, a good break, good time off, a good time to reflect and put that last fight behind me and really get over it and get my mind straight. I think after the Mayweather defeat, I jumped straight into action straight away, and I didn't really perform my best. But this time I've had a good rest, recharged the batteries, had a really good think, that put that last fight really behind me, and I'm happy to get back at it now. I'll go on holiday next week with my girlfriend for to Australia, and then when I come back, even though I haven't got a date yet, I'm going to go straight back into training because weight-wise, I've got a little bit more to carry than I normally do. So in order to do that, I'm going to go straight into training, shed the weight, and then when the date comes, do my usual 12-week training camp.
You said in the opening there you'll have one more fight. Is it one more fight, or is it one more and then see what happens?
Well, I'm going to have one more fight, maybe two more fights, but it all depends on the performance of the first fight. I mean, it's always hard coming back from defeat, and there was reasons in the last fight for the way my training camp went. I think there was times when I should have took my foot off the gas, and I wasn't allowed to do that. And I think the latter stages of my training, I think it took a lot less a fighter than Manny Pacquiao could have knocked me out. And bearing that in the back of my mind, that's what's made me want to make a comeback, because I know things could have been better. But we'll soon find out, won't we? We'll give it one more go. We'll soon find out. But I think it'd be very foolish for me to say two more fights, three more fights. You can see I've set the wheels in motion for retirement. Got my promotional company now, got my health and fitness, got my clothing brand. You can see the wheels I've set in motion. I'm not going to have too many more fights. At the minute, I'm definitely just going to have one more.
Okay, now the guessing games started months ago. If you were to come back, who the opponent would be? Have you got any clues you can give us about that? Any ideas at all?
Well, no, we're looking with the IBF champion Juan Urango, who I've already fought and beat. I'm looking. He's got to be a top 10 ranked pound for pound fighter or a world champion or some sort. I mean, I've boxed at such a high level, and if I am going to have one last go, I don't want it to be against somebody that I could not have one more fight and people look at me and go, well, he's just had this fight just to knock someone over and just end his career on top. If I'm going to end my career, I want to end my career at the top. So it's got to be a world champion or a top 10 pound for pound ranked fighter.
And will it be in this country? Will it be in Manchester? Will it be in Vegas? Where will it be?
Well, we've got to sit down with Sky. Obviously, we'll discuss things with Golden Boy, which they've been my partners for a good while now. But we'll just move things around. We'll see the availability on which fighters. Hopefully it's got to be a champion or a big name so I can get up for it and get my teeth into it. And if I am going to have one more fight, I want it to be a decent opponent where nobody can point the finger and say, well, he didn't, I want people to say, you give Ricky his credit, he finished at the top.
There will be lots of people already who said, no, he shouldn't fight again. They're worried for you. What would you say to those people now, Rick?
Well, there's the same. It's nice to hear people that are worried for your health. It's fans that don't want to see me fight again. But at the end of the day, a lot of the people, the fans that didn't think I should go to America, didn't think I should, a lot of people said I shouldn't have made a comeback after the Lozano fight, and he had one of my best ever performances against Malignaggi. A lot of these people said I shouldn't have fought Costa really. So I've sat down and I've listened to the people that are closest to me and the people who know Ricky Hatton best and the people that were close to me in the last training camp who know the circumstances and knew what happened in the last training camp. Those are the people I'm listening to. It's hard, for people make a judgment after just seeing the last two rounds of the last fight and say, well, that's the reason. There's a lot of reasons behind it. You've got to look behind the scenes, and not everyone is fortunate to see behind the scenes. So I've listened to the people that are close enough to me and that have been close to me, and they know what I'm capable of, and they know what I believe I've still got in me. And those are the people I've been listening to. It's very nice to hear people saying that you don't need to fight again, Ricky. You've proved yourself, and I suppose they are right. But as a fighter, you don't want your last fight to be like that. I want to finish at the top. And I know that my last training camp could have been better. So those are all the reasons to why I'm giving it one more go.